cos squared theta is equal to 1 plus sine theta, and 0 degree is less than equals to theta, theta is less than equals to 90 degree. We are to find the value of theta. Beautiful. And don't forget that the value of theta should be between 0 and 90 degrees. So without wasting time, what I'm going to do, we have 2 cos squared theta is equal to 1 plus sine theta. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to express cos squared theta in terms of sine theta. So I'm going to recall that cos squared theta plus sine squared theta is equal to 1. Therefore, cos squared theta is equals to 1 minus sine squared theta. Therefore, this becomes 2 into, so cos squared theta will be substituted as 1 minus sine squared theta, and everything is equals to 1 plus sine theta. Is that clear? Then we remove the brackets. We have 2 times 1, 2. 2 times sine squared theta is 2. Sine squared theta is equals to 1 plus sine theta. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to rearrange. In this one, I'm going to have something like this. Minus 2 sine squared theta plus this 2. Take 1 here, that is minus 1. Bring this back here, that is minus sine theta equals to 0. So I'm going to have minus 2 sine squared theta. 2 minus 1 is what? 1. Then minus what? Sine theta equal to 0, right? So I'm going to rearrange. It's going to look like a quadratic equation, all right, but in form of a trigonometry. So I'm going to have something like this: minus 2 sine squared theta minus sine theta plus 1 equals to 0. So I don't want this minus 2 sine squared theta to have negative, so I'm going to divide everything by negative 1, divide both sides. So this becomes 2 sine squared theta, this becomes plus sine theta, and this becomes minus 1 equal to 0. So each of the signs here is going to change. All right, from here I'll say let sine theta be equals to x. So the equation becomes 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. All right, let's solve it here. We have 2x squared plus x minus 1 equals to 0. So solving this, I'm going to have something like this. It's a quadratic equation. I'm going to have x plus 1 and 2x minus 1 equals to 0, right? So this means that x is equals to minus 1, or x is equals to minus 1 divided by 2. Of course, I'm going to recall. So from here, I said let sine theta is equals to what? X. So when x is minus 1, that is sine theta is equals to minus 1. So theta is equals to the sine inverse of what? Minus 1. Of course, the sine inverse of minus 1 will give us what? Minus 90 degree. So sine minus 90 degree will give us minus 1. Of course, the other one, when x is equals to minus what? 1 divided by 2. Oh, rather it's going to be plus, because when minus 1 comes, it becomes what? Plus. So it's going to become sine theta is equals to 1 divided by 2, right? So theta is equals to sine inverse of 1 divided by 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So the sine inverse of 0.5 is going to give us 30 degree. So it means that if you look at it, I have minus 90 degree, and the instruction is that theta should be between 0 degree and 90 degrees. So it means that I'm going to go for theta is equals to 30 degree, and that's option A. Is that clear? All right, take your time.